superstar. Step back three on the way. Oh, it banks it. The throw to the plate. And Dangle with a cross. Pasternak scores.
How was that though? How come you didn't go to Northeastern?
They want me.
They pay what?
They want me over there.
So you gotta go where the money was at, right?
Yeah, UMass was my only scholarship.
Yeah. Okay. Underdog. I like that. Get your money though.
For sure.
That's the other thing I tell people is like, for whatever reason, people feel like, oh, he's making too much money. You know how much work that man put?
No, they don't see it. They see the end result for sure.
And that's a concern of mine because I feel like we have fanatics like us, right? You might see here and be like, wow, there's a temple. Like my brother from another mother. Let me just put this here. Babs, who's supposed to be here. He's a fanatic. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, for real. But I feel just a little bit. I've changed him just a little bit because I was just like, you got to understand it's not always they're going to block or it just has to happen. There's 11 guys on the other side, too.
Not for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's other guys. Out of everybody in the NFL, we'll give these people on a live a little freebie. Who is the most feared person that you're like, oh man, here comes this guy that you're like, yeah.
Awesome.
Honestly, like I've gone to the point where you don't really fear nobody because it's like you realize, like, especially at this point, it's like it's such a technical game. Like,
boom,
you know, it's rare to have like somebody who just do whatever. You want, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, at the end of the day, we all grown men.
That's it. You know what? A lot of people are gonna get bored of this podcast because I'm gonna tell you why. Because those are the little things I like: details, technique. Right. You know what I mean? The things that the average fan is probably don't care or know about. Mm-hmm. So on that point, we'll start off like this. What's going on? My name is Clifford Bonet, and I'm back. It's been a while, and welcome to not the CliffNotes Project, but it is the Boston Power Hour. Sadly enough, the only remnants of my guy, Spike King, former Spike King, a.k.a. Babs on the mic. He's working, doing his dad thing. So I have another guest on his chair tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be good for me, and I'll tell you why. Simply because we had conversation outside of what you guys are seeing here tonight, here on live, and also outside of what you'll see post-production when I do my little edits. Man, I'll tell you, I was in heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, I typically don't announce people, but our intern, Emma, she decided that she wanted to say, hey, this is the guest we're going to have. But on that note, I'm going to have this gentleman right here. Please introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, y'all? It's Larnel Coleman. You know, playing for the Carolina Panthers. Good to be here on the Boston Power Hour.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have the enemy in the building. But it's okay, because right now he's not an enemy. You're human, man. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I mean? It's a job. But welcome. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming here. That's big up for you taking your time and coming to my little establishment and hanging out with us. And allowing us to do what we really love, which is interact with players in the NFL, because, you know, we love football. We love all sports, but football is what we really do here at the Boston Power Hour, even though we're going to be talking about other sports. And I know that's not your thing, but I know you could dip your toes in there, and we could talk about that. So first of all, we're done with that. Okay, for people that don't know, let them know, where did you play your college ball? We'll start off with that, just to give that college props in case you didn't cut them a check yet.
So if y'all didn't know, I played at UMass Amherst, we out in Western Mass or not. So
party school. Party school.
And not like that no more.
Nah, that's what I heard,
and not like that no more. It's a good
what
spot.
happened? Did they just cut it down, like crack it down, like, nah, we're not doing this anymore?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely did.
I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm an older man.
I've heard the stories back in the day.
The stories are real. Stories real. You know what I'm saying? I participated in a few stories.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that was the old Cliff. This is the new Cliff.
New Cliff.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm glad that you went when things were different what they are today, because I'm sure you got a great education.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then you were able to go there, and you were drafted in the National Football League. And I tell people how much of a big deal that is, because I don't know how many colleges are out there, just getting the opportunity is huge. So when they called your name, let's go back. We're going to rewind. We're back in that time machine, okay? And they're like, hey, you're sitting there, you're watching all your friends go. I'm sure you had other friends outside of just UMass. they're going, and you're just like, man, you know, you got your brother there on your side, and he's like, yo, man, come on, when you going to go? You told me you're going to get me this car. You're going to get me the sneakers, because you were talking about sneakers earlier, and they ain't cheap sneakers, ladies and gentlemen, with the kind of sneakers he's talking about. But listen, and then you're like, oh, man, you're sweating bullets, and then they call your name. What was your reaction, brother?
Just disbelief. So, you know, like, getting the call, it's just like, it's always been like a dream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you get that call, and it's like, yo, we're going to take you, it's like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the, you know, football players, you know, people grinding to get to that point, like, you know, when you get chosen, as a select few, it's unbelievable.
And that's, to me, do your friends and families, do they really understand how you're one of the select few, brother? Like, I have two friends, right? I'm going to say acquaintances. They're not friends because we keep up when we see each other, that made it to the NFL. But when I tell you, they told me, like, the grind, you know, is for real. The money back then to what it is now is different. I ain't pocket watching, but they didn't get paid what you got paid. But, like, the grind is real. It's such a business. Can you explain, was that just like a culture shock for you of how much you're like, here today, gone tomorrow type of feeling, or you need to do this, all your accolades that you had in college, that's gone. Forget about that.
It's definitely a culture shock because, you know, coming from UMass, you the big dog, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, all right, you know, you just big fish in a small pond, so to speak. So then when I got to Miami, when I got drafted, it was just like, okay, all that, like you said, is just out the window. You a regular person now. So it's like now you back on the bottom of the totem pole, essentially. And then you got to grind to get back to the top or wherever you fall in line for real. So it's definitely a culture shock, but I think it's good, though, because, you know, it really brings out the best in you as a player because it's not like, okay, I can just rely on my size, my speed. You know, I'm going to make these people look stupid, you know what I'm saying? But when you get there, you really like, okay, you know, you got to love football and you got to just grind with every second you get there. So it's definitely a culture shock.
Because you got the next man saying, oh, this guy's trying to take my job.
Exactly.
Now, how is that dynamic? Because it is a brotherhood. And that's the one thing I remember for the little bit of time that I played, I told you, is that there's a brotherhood.
For sure.
But now in the NFL, there is a brotherhood when you make that 53-man roster.
100%.
And then you're like, but still you got to watch behind your back. But how is that feeling?
It honestly, it's like, it's nerve-wracking at first, but once you really settle in, like, you realize that it's making you better, and the stuff that you're doing on the field, you're getting more confident in yourself because you know, like, okay, like, if I'm not doing it, the next dude finna do it. So, but you get comfortable with it, and you know, you getting that confidence where you know, you like, I can do this. You know, like, I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? So
now, okay, so like I said, and I just want to put the camera on you because I want to see the reaction. What was the first time? Because you know it happened to camp, but let's see if you let me start over. When everybody comes into the building, I always say check your ego at the door because we all grown men. We all can talk about the things that might have happened that's not too cool. But what happened when you first day of camp or first training camp, Miami, that he's beating you down? Because Miami, that's a different type of heat. It's close to hell.
Sure.
And then you got bull rushed. What happened, man?
Hey, you got to rely on technique at that point. It's second nature. It's hot, you tired. And, you know, when that bull rush comes, you got to sit down, just like trust your body at that point, you know, because you done so many reps at it. You just got to trust your body. You just got to trust.
Okay. Now, you brought up again, and I love it. This is the geeky part of me. You saying you got to trust in the technique. How big is it to you that you continuously work on your technique just to continuously get better?
It's extremely important. Like, to especially stay in the league, like, you got to be on top of your game at all times. You know, one of the vets, Teron Armstead in Miami, he really, like, showed me, like, you know, it's practice.
Okay.
You know, because you can always get better.
Right. So, how about film? You guys dug that in film?
Yeah. You know, you got to study, especially as a tackle. You on an island most of the game.
Yep.
Especially, like, you let a sack up, everybody's on your head about it. So, knowing your opponent and then creating a game plan around them is, like, probably one of the more important things, I say.
Okay. Did you find yourself getting a lot of assistance, doubling with the guard or a tight end on your side? Or
depending on the scheme, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a elite rusher on the other side, you might have to have a game by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, again, like you saying, it is a brotherhood. We work as a team. So, you know, if someone's better at one thing, we're going to
Yeah.
We're gonna play to our strengths.
But keep it real. No one's watching this because they ain't popular. But you ever have one of your brothers on the side, like say the guard or the end, he didn't do their assignment, and then you look at film and it kind of looks like it was you? You ever get that situation?
Yeah.
I know I told you I was going to ask these crazy questions, but, it's fair. It happens. It's human, right?
Not for sure.
You know what I mean?
A lot of the time, though, is the angle of the film. You know what I'm saying? So it may look like it was somebody else, but then you change the angle, you're like, okay, it's more clear. But
ladies and gentlemen, you see what he just did. He's trying to blame the cameraman. Cameraman's always getting blamed. But that's all right. I ain't mad at that. But, okay, so now we're in Miami. We got the heat. You're starting to get these reps. You're feeling good. First game. No, before the first game. Let's go back. Let's go back again. Time machine. You were defensive end. You was chasing these guys. You was out there in these streets. You was going after the money guy, the quarterback. And then there was a change. How did you, looking back now, how did you first take it when they told you this to where you are now mentally? Because that's a change.
Definitely is. I think when I switched over, I was so young, it didn't have too much of a drastic, effect. You know what I'm saying? Because, after you get so many reps in, it's like changing the whole position can be weird sometimes. But, really throughout all the high school as a DN, I actually played tackle for 1 year in high school.
Okay.
My sophomore year. But it definitely takes some time to get used to, especially because I was a lot smaller back then. I was about like 215 coming out of high school.
Wait a minute. For real?
Yeah,
so what happened then? What happened then?
Hey, so I got over to UMass. They see me, they see my frame and everything. It's like, we can put some weight on this guy.
They got you in the program.
Well, I think they tricked me for real though, because when I was running routes for a good like 3 weeks or so with the tight end and everything, and I was probably like, because I was so young, I was probably like the fourth or so tight end or whatnot, and then literally my O-line coach taps me on the shoulder during team meeting room. He's like, yo, come in the room with us real quick. After that, I just never left.
Really?
Yep.
Let's look at this film. This
is
your new brotherhood. Those guys.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you told me something earlier where you're saying, like, that's where the bag is. You do the work, you show the technique, you show that you could be someone that's there every day, someone that's always reliable, someone that's, what's Coach Belichick say? The most dependable person is someone that's available?
Yes, sir.
First of all, let's give a shout out to our homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up to the people real quick.
What's happening, guys?
She set all this up, man. You know what I mean? She set all this up, so I got to make sure she gets her love, it gets a shine. But you really said that to me, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you should be getting paid. You got to block somebody like, here again, Tom Brady. You got to protect number 12. You know what I'm saying? But that's additional pressure that you got to have. How do you feel about that since the switch? Did that part of the psyche kick in?
I wouldn't say like there's too much pressure, to be honest. Like I think it's just like you're a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in a brotherhood, like it doesn't feel, you don't feel too much pressure. It's like you want to protect them because it's like it's my dog back there. You don't really. All the outside noise that people build up and everything, you don't really feel that. It's more so like almost out of concern, like, I got to protect my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
That's really more so.
That's a beautiful thing, man, because I think people really don't understand sports. The camaraderie that comes with it is that when you guys are really just battling out there and you're going against that other person across the line, that you just like, no, if we all come together, do our jobs, that we can really win this thing, man. Like, did you always buy into that, or was it like something that you're like, man, I'm just trying to get a check and that's really it?
Because football for me is just so team oriented, it's hard to be an individual. You know what I'm saying? Because I can have a great game and quarterback messing up, running back messing up, or the other offensive lineman's messing up, and we're not going to do nothing.
Right.
So. You really got to work in tandem with each other, So.
That's a beautiful thing. So let me ask you a question. Based on your position, would you prefer to be considered more running or a passing blocker? Irrelevant to the team that you're on. Let me put that out there. I don't want people saying, we read into the answer because of this.
Honestly, like I like run blocking.
Yeah.
Like, just because, he's a little bit of pressure with pass block. You don't want to get with the sack and stuff.
That's all right. We keeping it real.
But with run blocking, especially when you start moving somebody, it's just it's really no other type of feeling than, run blocking.
And you know what? Tell me if I'm wrong. I want to see your reaction here. It's a little bit of the defensive end still in you. That if you want to run block, you know what I'm saying? Like you can get after these guys and put somebody down. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going against, if it's a toss and or a lead or they pull you and you going against a little cornerback.
For sure, I do like getting out in space. I do like getting
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I ain't trying to tell them to come here, but I know the Patriots, we might need a tackle, don't we? Maybe that's why he's here. Hey, maybe I might have to go talk to Bill. Tell your agent to call me. We're gonna have lunch. We're gonna on your agent, man. But nah, so beautiful thing. So we know defense was your thing. Now you're on offense. Let's talk about something that was serious, and that's the injury. The injury sidelined you for a year. And I tell people the biggest part of injury is not the physical, but the mental part. Can you describe that a little bit for us?
I've never missed the season at all.
What?
So that injury is just like it. Let me see. Mentally, it was annoying because it's just like I want to be out there grinding with my guys, out there with my brothers and whatnot. But it's just like you can't do nothing. You feel almost powerless sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You seeing your guys come in from a workout, they sweating and everything. You sitting there just like, well, what you do today, L? I did a little stretching or whatever it was I had to do, but it sucks, especially as an athlete. You really want to play, like you're not gonna want to be injured. You don't want to be sidelined.
Because now is it because it's like a feeling of like I'm not really doing I'm not part of the team.
You're letting somebody down, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Now, what about the injury itself? Were you afraid of like pushing yourself because you did say it was your first time? I broke my foot in half, right? And I remember trying to leap off of it. I was scared to death. I was like, man, I'm just waiting for it. And I remember going back to the doctor, and it took the doctor to say, you're fine.
Right.
These x-rays are telling me it's good.
Exactly.
But was there any fear of like maybe pushing your body where you're like, oh man, I could re-injure myself?
At first, but like I think we had amazing physical therapists down in Miami too. So they get you on a program and it's like you strengthen your legs and everything and your knees and whatnot, and you gain confidence in that knee again. You start seeing like now it's almost like my leg is stronger than what it was before.
Word?
So it's just like you gain confidence over time.
Did you lose weight during that time?
No, it was pretty easy to say, like, pretty consistent. At least for me, weight's never really been a big issue for me. So.
Okay. Well, like I said, you're not, quote, unquote, the typical tackle where you're just
Definitely
like,
not, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're more an athletic tackle. So with that being said, excuse me, a lot of people right now, a friend of mine, crazy friend that we talked about, but you don't have a mic, don't worry about it. He was talking about, why is he not working out? Why is he in Massachusetts? And I was like, they're not really into that right now. I was recently in San Diego, and I met a defensive end for Arizona Cardinals. But he said he's excited to get back in. And then I kind of asked the same thing he did. And I was like, oh, you working out? He's like, nah, I'm home. I'm kind of taking a break. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you guys do get breaks.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you find yourself getting ready to just go back, or do you really take full advantage of these breaks?
I'll say my first year, because I was injured, definitely was anxious to get back. But especially after this season, definitely took some time off. A lot of the old heads I've been around, they tell me, like, listen, like, you got to take care of your mental, too, because we have very long seasons.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So you got to take care of your mental so, on the later end of the season, you're good. It's not as taxing on you. You know what I'm saying? So, taking this time off, is really good. You get to see your friends, your family that you don't get to see year-round, so you definitely take advantage of it.
Okay. So now, here's another question for you. Now, people might say, Cliff's putting him on the spot. It's not really me putting you on the spot. It's just more so just asking the questions that the people want to know. The people want to know these questions, so I have to do my due diligence, sir. Like you have a job, I have a job to do. So you have a quarterback in which has already been selected for your team. Heineke. Let's say your team is like, we can pull the trigger and get this guy here. I'm going to have you just look at the screen. He runs. That man can run. Again,
Definitely can run.
ladies and gentlemen, I want whoever's watching this, the 3 people, including my mother, watching this, right? I want them to understand, like, I'm not pitching for him to not be happy with Heineke. I think he's a really good quarterback. I actually wanted the Patriots to get him when Mac was having his struggles, when we were having Zappy fever. I don't know if your family out here was talking about Zappy fever, but right now it's all about Lamar. It's the Lamar sweepstake. This Lamar guy, he can run. You talk about he can run. Imagine you and him. Imagine you and him.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? But no, seriously, like, wouldn't that be pretty, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think, like, a running quarterback, and I'm only asking that because I'm teasing you just to get you a little nervous, but I'm asking that more so to just kind of, for whatever reason, it's real quiet right now. Mm-hmm. Do you think he's getting a fair shake? Because I think a lot of people are saying that, oh, he can't throw. The man threw over 3,000. Mm-hmm. I guess he can throw. But for whatever reason, we're not seeing him being picked up immediately. Do you think, based on you, because you've seen him play, mm-hmm. do you think that he deserves the type of contract that he's asking for?
Got a close up.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Honestly, I think he's an incredible athlete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody in the NFL can do what he can do.
Yeah.
There's only one Lamar Jackson at the end of the day. And I think he's proven his worth.
Big facts.
So,
you would pay him, wouldn't you?
I'm
not saying, and I want to clear it up. I don't want him getting in trouble. We're saying if you were a GM, mm-hmm. you were done with the National Football League. Sure. They loved you in Miami. Hey, come on back and pull up. Mm-hmm. You're going to GM. Would you sign him to the type of money? Because he's asking for a boatload of guaranteed money. Even though I want people to understand, it's guaranteed doesn't necessarily mean they're giving him the whole bag year one. You can guarantee and chop it up. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's why the cap is crap. Shout outs to Felger for that. If y'all follow that, you know what I'm saying, the Felger show, Felger and Maz. But would you pay him that type of money, though? I would. I'll say I would.
I think because, like, if you, again, like we talked about, you build a team around somebody, mm-hmm. you can make it work. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you just got to know what direction you're trying to go to.
Good point.
You can't just grab a whole bunch of pieces hoping that they're going to fit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you build a team around him, you're going to be a successful brother.
That's a fact. And I like the fact that you went back in saying that building around what you have, mm-hmm. right, and being knowledgeable of, you know, everyone has strengths, but at the same time, everyone has weaknesses. Right. One of the weaknesses that they keep saying is that the man can't throw. I seen him throw. But guess what? The man can run. He's a threat. There's 11 guys there. He can make those other guys in the backfield, the linebackers and the cornerbacks, like, oh, my God, what's happening, especially if you have a brother like you that's running on a sweep and tackling for it. But I just digress because you're coming here to the Patriots next year. You know what I'm saying? Me and the agent, we're going to talk. We're going to figure that out. But listen, all right, so now another question that I have, what we like to do is we like to ask our fans, our 4 people, including my mama, some questions. And here's a question from one of our fans. Let's see what it says. What do you think helped you get to where you are now, besides the great University of UMass and their program?
I think the work ethic that, believe it or not, my brother has helped instill in me.
Your brother right here?
Brother right here. Yeah.
Oh, man. So, you getting them sneakers.
Listen, I'm going to break it down for you.
Okay, break it down.
So,
yeah.
But now my brother has an unbelievable, just work ethic.
Okay.
And for him, he's, had a lot of adversity throughout his life.
Okay.
I don't mean to get all deep.
But
personal story.
Here at the Boston Power Hour, we get deep. It keeps it real.
But so when we growing up, we was in a car accident growing up.
Get out of here.
We was real young. I was like 1. He was 2.
Okay.
And through that, my mom unfortunately lost the use of her legs and whatnot. So this household is very difficult. Mm-hmm. But my brother here, he's had a lot of his own adversity. Like he broke both of his legs. Had some things going on with him too. But he continuously pushed through each obstacle that came his way.
Dope.
A lot of people would sit there and be like, it's too tough for me. I can't do this.
You're right.
And, he just kept pushing through, and he would, do things 2, 3, 4 times until he's like, I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, And, just little lessons like that. I won't get too deep, but little
Nah,
lessons
you're not
like
getting
that.
deep. This is how we like to talk here, though.
But that has helped me and motivate me. Like, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling down today. I ain't got no excuses. I got, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Right.
So, but yeah.
Let me go back in the time machine because I failed to mention, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't adequately say that I know that you, sir, and your family, you're not American.
No.
Barbados. It's our people. Listen, I'm Haitian.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We grind. From our culture does not allow us to take things lightly. Therefore, we got to work. I mean, we got to work hard. Shout outs to my father. He had, I think it's 11 siblings. And he one day was like, hey, Dad, I'm going to school. Dad was like, all right, cool. So you're not selling pigs for me? Because that's in Haiti, that was a hustle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my father's like, nah, I actually want to become a doctor. And he walked to school every day. Literally, I would have quit. Yeah. That's just me. I'm being honest. So seeing his work ethic, my mother's work ethic, them understanding what's important to the family as opposed to like the showing things off, that kind of spilled onto me a little bit. And I can understand what you're saying where, you know what, you can't just say, I'm going to give up. Exactly, giving up is not an option. And you know what, not for nothing, I want to salute Xaverian Brothers High School where I went because they brought my ass to New Hampshire. Because in Massachusetts, I don't know if it's still the same, you're not allowed to have more than 2 sessions a day for football.
Yeah.
In New Hampshire, you can do what you want. We had 3 sessions a day and then films at night. I was like, this is crazy. This doesn't make sense.
I've had 2 before, but 3 is crazy.
3 is crazy, fam.
3 is wild.
So I'm going to tell you a little story about me. This is my little football story, and I'm done. So Cliff goes out there, and I'm seeing an amazing breakfast setup. Right? I'm Haitian. My breakfast was coffee, hot chocolate, bread and butter. I dipped it and I ate it. That was breakfast. You heard?
Good, yeah.
Man, listen. My first time eating breakfast was a friend of mine. He was like, yo, you want some breakfast? Have some pancakes. I'm like, what's a pancake? On Dead Dogs. I had a pancake. I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Right.
Okay, fast forward. Played football a little late, sophomore year. They shipped me up over there. I'm over there. My grandmother's, yo, make sure you eat. You pay your bread and butter, whatever. I go out there. The spread was amazing. We're up at 6 in the morning. I'm like, yo, y'all waking us up at 6 in the morning? Like, get your breakfast. You got 30 minutes, suit up, meet us on the field. I'm like, man, I loaded up. I'm like, this is amazing, boy.
Right.
You know who's throwing up, though? In 20 minutes.
I was about to say, I knew you went crazy.
And I'm like, Coach, I think I'll be done for the day. Done for the day?
Oh, yeah.
You threw up. Get your ass on the field.
We just getting started.
That was the most gangsterous thing in the world I've ever seen, and I wanted to quit. Get back here, and again, I didn't really play football. I'm thinking I could do all these Barry Sanders moves. Right. You need to hit the hole.
Right.
I'm like, there's nothing there. Hit the hole.
Right.
I'm like, whatever, I'm quitting. Shout outs to my boy Dave Nazaire. Dave Nazaire comes to me. He's like, yeah, you're Haitian. You can't quit. He's like, and I went to Xaverian where there was my freshman year, there was 220 kids, only 6 black kids there.
Wow.
Westwood. He's like, you can't do that. They're watching us. You can't do that. And you're Haitian. We don't quit. Right. So I can definitely understand working hard, and I salute football in building this mindset of just never quitting, bro, because, like, y'all men do some unbelievable things, which is why I kind of got pissed, and I digress, that y'all had to add an additional 17 games. To me, yeah, it's an extra check, but I think they could have just given y'all a little more on the bag and call it a day. That's just my thing. I digress. I'm not going to bring you down there. I don't want Roger Goodell doing all that.
Right,
Talking to, hey, young man, I don't like what you're saying on the Boston Power Hour. I had to be the first person over here. So I didn't want to do that. So now, okay. So shout outs to Big Bro. Oh, that Big Bro?
That's Big Bro. Right
Big Bro. Yeah. Shout outs to you. You get 2 pairs. No bull. That's on me. No, that's on him, I mean.
Yeah,
I ain't got that. I ain't got that type of money. Okay, so now you're in the NFL. You get back. You're doing your thing. You get injured. Oop. You back to it. Now, things are changing again. Your first time. Okay? This is, again, constantly first time getting injured.
Right.
First time you got into the NFL. But now, different place. I want to just set it up, ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce this man. Shout outs to our sponsor, Golden Grounds. You know what I'm saying? You're here.
So
you're still in the heat, though. Not that Miami heat.
I ain't gonna lie. Carolina a lot colder than people think.
Yes, it is.
A lot
That's
more
a fact.
people think.
I went for a wedding, and I was highly disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's talk about Carolina.
Right.
What's going on over there? How's you feeling? What do you expect? What are your expectations for yourself this year alone? Outside of the team winning the Super Bowl.
For sure.
I chuckle. I'm chuckling for me, not for him. For me, because the Patriots are making it. No, we're not.
You know, honestly, for me personally, the way I set goals is just one thing after another, so we can keep stacking. You know, so right now my focus, make 53. That's
okay.
As simple as that is.
Okay,
make 53.
That ain't simple, man.
It's not simple, but I know
I'm gonna let the people know it ain't.
It's
simple.
not simple, but you know that's my goal right now.
Okay.
But really just trying to, you know, I'm focused on we got workouts, OTA coming up and everything. So
when's that start?
At this April, I think around probably April 10th or so.
There you go, Rudley. Here's your answer. Okay, the man gets a break. You know what I'm saying? He's like, why is he not working out now? It's all right.
But you know, there's really kind of just I like taking things, like I said, small things. So it really even goes down to a daily basis type of thing. Because you know, again, you keep stacking days, you gain that confidence in yourself, your body, your play, and it all pays dividends on the back end.
Right.
But really, it's 53. Then after that, you know, try and go for the start. If God willing, you try to be out there playing for starting and whatnot. But,
okay.
After that, you know, playoffs, Super Bowl.
Yeah. So let's talk about. I want to go back to techniques because obviously the techniques that you've learned in Miami might differ just a little bit to what it is in Carolina. Have you had an opportunity to meet up with the coaches, have conversations and stuff like that? Like, what do you feel like? Is it kind of consistent with what you were being trained out in Miami? Are there different things that you'd like to add onto your game?
Well, it's two different things, two different schemes for real.
Okay.
So, like, you know, footwork's going to be a little different. You know, blocking aiming points, stuff like that, going to be a little different. But at the end of the day, football is football. So
Facts.
It's, you know, move the man across to you.
Okay.
Across from you. So, but I think, you know, just as I'm getting older too, just outside of coaching, I feel myself getting better, and I think it's just because you're wiser, you gain more experience, you know, pick up little, like, things as you're playing and whatnot, and it's hard, too, because everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? Like, one technique that may work for him won't work for you.
Right.
You know, so you kind of find and you gain that confidence and experience and to be the best version of yourself. So, but I think, you know, definitely going over to Carolina, the amazing offensive line coach out there, definitely going to maximize my ability, which is amazing. So, yeah.
Now, let me ask you, are you more of a three-point stance or are you off for two?
It depends. Pass blocking, I prefer to be in the two.
Yeah.
You know, the ends out there are ridiculous. So,
bro,
we got block a guy going from a 4-3 going backwards.
That's what I'm saying.
But
are you one that cheats and put that left foot back or you put the right foot back?
I can play both sides, but
okay.
You know, there are always very subtle changes in everybody's stance. You know, depending on the down distance, like you got to be aware of every situation, and let alone the person you're going against. So, but I say I prefer 2-point.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get real nerdy here, so I hope y'all stay tuned. Like, hold on to just learn. So when you're watching these games, you could appreciate it. You can watch from the line out. That's how I want you guys to start watching the game, from the line out. Stop worrying about what the coach looks like on the camera. Watch from the line, because it starts from the line. And with that being said, how important is it to have a quarterback see things that can also help you, but yet audible that information to you so it helps the team in general?
It's extremely important because, you know, having a quarterback out there is essentially having a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need someone who knows what's going on in those situations, so you can trust in to know, like, even if they got to remind you, like, hey, yo, we got to make sure, all right, we're on third down, make sure y'all get back. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. You know, it's very important because if they don't know what they're doing, like, they're the captain of the ship, essentially, when we're out there.
Awesome point.
And, you know, if they don't know what we're doing, we're not going to
in trouble
the right way. You know?
And that, I think for us, because we've been struggling here, I'm sure you know what's going on. Tom Brady's no longer with us. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? This is year number 3.
Drought,
it's been different.
Yeah.
It's been different, right? And but what I've been trying to, you know, somewhat educate our fans that follow us here, including my moms and stuff, is I said, hey, listen, it's not the line's fault right now. I said, we had the GOAT, essentially, right? And one of the things that's extremely important that I've been blessed in learning from friends is that just that communication, you know, when he's just saying, you know, alpha, or saying whatever he's calling, right? And making changes on the line where you guys were blocking left, that's my left, but saying, no, we're going right. That's a big deal. And you're saying to yourself, why? Oh, because that linebacker's coming that way in the A gap, on this B gap, so that needs to stop. Those are the little details, ladies and gentlemen, that's extremely important. And I try to stress that to like anybody willing to listen, like fans, because we're always like, man, we got the illest quarterback or this and that. We should just be giving them 10 seconds so the receivers get down there.
Exactly.
And that's the other point. You got a guy chucking him for 5 yards. Y'all are lucky it ain't when we used to play or when I used to see it. It was 10 yards. So now 5 yards to get down. So you know you got 1,000, 2 1,000. You throw the ball already, right?
Right.
But now you got to hold it a little longer.
Sure.
What is your feeling when you're like, is it, and I don't want to get you in trouble with your teammates, but is there sometimes like, hey, yo, receiver, I thought you was running, you know, sprints in the summer. That 4.3 ain't looking real 4.3 right now. You know what I mean? Because that's tough. Because it's all on you. You know this, right?
Now, for sure, like, you know, the line screws up, then it's
on you.
All hell breaks loose.
It's
and everything.
on
you. But, well, I think, you know, I'll just say, like, everybody messes up every now and again.
That's a fact. We're humans.
Yeah, exactly.
There's other people on the line. They're trying to make your thing. But I don't know if people know, the guard and center, I guess so, it's the tackle. The eye's always on the tackle, especially if it's the blind side. Boy.
For sure.
Sheesh. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to let you off the hook and stop asking you these tough questions because there's much more I want to ask. But at the same time, I want to see you play even more, and I want you to come back here and say, yo, Cliff, this was all right. You know what I'm saying? Or if you need BTS, you can holler at me, a little flight over there, and we bring my camera crew. We can do what we do. But let's switch it up a little bit. You have any questions that you want to ask? I know you set it up. You got to ask a question, man.
For sure.
I mean, I don't think I have any specific questions, but I just want to point out with that position flexibility. I saw an interview. I think it was in camp last year, maybe. But you said, Coach, wherever Coach puts me, that's where I'm going to be. I'm wherever this team needs me to be, and I think that is the
awesome.
number one answer any athlete can give. Wherever this team needs me, that's where I'm going to be.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Like, especially being an O-lineman, like, you got to be interchangeable. You know, some people, it's rare. It's like you are straight tackle or you're a straight center. But, you know, the more you can do, the more valuable you are to any team. So
And that's your upbringing, man, believe it or not. I think that mindset is your upbringing. You're going to bring that to the field. And I suggest that, and I press on you to continue staying humble and talking to your big bro so that just that energy and that psyche just continues to stay the same, because I feel like if you're like, man, it don't matter left, right, or whatever, like I can do whatever it is. Coach, you need me to go after the quarterback one time because all our DNs ain't doing it? I got you too. You know what I'm saying? Would you be willing to do that ever?
I love defense.
Because you know they do that in New England. They'll have you throwing the ball and kicking the ball.
Hey. You're right. Not like, hey, like you said, I'll do whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, defense has always been fun to me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to block me, you know what I'm saying?
Boom.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
That.
So,
and you ain't blocking me.
Exactly.
Yeah. You ain't blocking me.
Right.
I like that. Man, so this is fun, man. So this is what I like to do. So this is the type where we've given you the accolades. The team, they know what's going on. They know what you're about. Now we're going to follow. And during the season, we're going to punch in, whoop-de-whoop, because you are going to make the team. So now here's my question to you, as we're going to somewhat parallel to another sport called basketball. You was tall enough to play basketball. I know that. Okay. So now we have our guy who's I think I like to consider him a superstar, right, by the name of Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown right now is kind of going through some, for lack of a better term, let's just say transgressions where people are saying, oh, he wants to get out of here. And I'm saying I don't think it's that he really wants to get out of here. I think that the team's constantly trying to trade him. Let's say you're Jaylen Brown, okay? You're Juice, number 7, right? And every year, actually, even before you even started playing, you got drafted 3rd and they were booing you.
Yeah.
How would you feel about being booed by your team, not team, but your fans, walking ready to sign to get that check?
Honestly, like, I think with anybody, you're not going to want to be where nobody wants you.
Boom.
At the end of the day.
That's all he's saying. I think that's all he's saying.
At the end of the day, you're not going to be where nobody wants you. So,
and that's a perfect answer, because you know what? That is exactly it. At the end of the day, he wants to just be recognized and given love as to, you know, what he does. Because not for nothing, I told everyone, and a lot of people don't believe me or don't agree with me, I think Jaylen Brown's that dog. He's that alpha. Y'all might not watch the thing, but if y'all go back and really watch the playoffs last year, Tatum got the skill set, the finesse, he got all that. But I like the dogs. You know what I'm saying? I like the guys that will grind and just get dirty if you have to, never put their head down, and is ready to go. So now the next thing he's currently experiencing, which is tough, because one thing we all somewhat have in common here, except my friend Emma, but that's cool, is we're all black men, right? It's a little different for us when we get these type of when we're striving for these type of accolades like Jaylen Brown's been trying to strive for since day one. He gets here, he's picked number 3. He's supposed to be in the next one. Then we have JT. Now he keeps hearing all this rhetoric about him getting traded. Okay. He's also talking about how it's not easy for him to conduct business here in the city of Boston. One thing for me, I know Boston is extremely progressive as opposed to like just other places and stuff like that. It's not Atlanta.
for sure.
It's not North Carolina. It is what it is, because we're talking about numbers right now. But sometimes it is a little bit tough. I've experienced it. Have you yourself here, there, or wherever ever experienced like people not really giving you the love or putting these kind of hurdles because of who you are, being a black man?
From time to time, but I think it's because, just growing up, you kind of just live in that constantly, so you already just kind of know how the world works and whatnot. But it's just what it is, honestly. Like, it sucks, it's terrible, but you gotta make a way at the end of the day, because if you sit there, pity yourself too much, you're not gonna get to the top where you really want to be.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. All right, so outside of football, what's your vice? I know you don't have any vices, but what's a vice? Like, do you gamble? Like, I like to gamble. You know what I'm saying? I know football players don't gamble, but, when the season is done, they're allowed to play. You know what I mean? Because we got a beautiful casino called Encore. You know what I mean?
Brand new.
Yeah, you're allowed to go there. Last I checked, like, do you play cards? Are you a video game guy? Like, I play FIFA. Yeah. If you ever on the sticks and you want to, you know what I mean? Holler at me on FIFA.
I saw some Instagram about some video gaming.
Yeah, Carlo is. I'll say definitely probably my biggest vice is video gaming.
Yeah? What you play?
Call of Duty, Madden, 2K.
Yeah?
I'm open to pretty much anything.
Okay. Are you good, though?
Yeah.
See, they're always saying they're good. Would you be willing to put that online just to let the people know if you're real? Oh, you're lucky my shit's not set up here, because I would say, because you wouldn't play me, you'd play my son, because my son's really good. I'm not good at that.
Nah, see, the little kids too good. They
are too good.
Nah.
Like,
I heard the Fortnite building is a bit of an issue.
Insane.
So do you on a computer, or are you just on?
I'm on the sticks.
Okay, me too.
I can't do the computer.
Me neither.
I've heard it's better, but I'm old head now. So.
Yeah, you know who said it's better? These kids.
Exactly.
My son's like, yo, Dad, so I'm gonna need a new tower. A new tower? Yeah, here. This is how much it is. I put it on the cart for me. If you can buy it, and the monitor's not too big. I'm like, what you need this for? Call of Duty?
You're going to get that console and that controller.
Yeah. Man, you can get all that when you're done with school, man. Right. That's crazy. So let's talk about family, because I'm a family man. So a little bit about me. I got a little girl, a little boy. They think they're just grown already. And right now, one of them got accepted to Milton Academy, which is dope. Okay. But now Daddy going to have to get like 3 jobs. Now, but what I did tell him is like, listen, I'll do it, but for college, y'all need to figure it out, like get these scholarships, because if not, I'm shipping you to Canada. I'm Canadian, and school's like $10,000 for there. And then you can come back home. Right. So let me ask you a question first. Do you have any children?
No.
Smart man. Don't do it till you're 30-something. I tell that to everybody, man. Kid, if you want a child, get a dog. If you know what I'm saying, get a pet, deal with that first. But do you have aspiration for family and all of that? Like
100%. contrary to you, I do want to be a young parent. So,
At an early age,
I do. And the reason why I say
talk
this,
to me.
the reason why I say this is because like I don't want to get too old. Cause my thing is I want to be able to dunk on my kids when they in their prime.
Okay, so there's other reasons as to why.
I was a decent basketball player now too. Now, so I was like,
but
I wasn't crazy like that, but I was decent.
But listen, so hold on. So if I wish I had the rewind right now. I want to have babies so I can dunk on my son and be like, Daddy was nice.
Hey,
don't play with Daddy.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I see it is like, son get a little older, he 18, 20, feeling himself. And he's like,
you want to bring it back to reality?
Like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? He's like, listen. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta tell him, like, listen, I'm still like that. You know what I'm saying? So exactly.
Okay,
but
you know what?
My thing,
I'm not mad at that. What if you're a daddy? You know what I'm saying? What are you a girl dad? I'm a girl dad too.
I'm still dunking on it.
Oh God,
it's all the same.
You don't discriminate here.
What?
I like that. Okay.
You might get it worse.
Okay. So what positions you play? Forward?
I was a center and power forward.
Center.
Listen, my school I think we was like D4 or something. We weren't out there. My school was like, was the smallest school in the state. Like,
so you bust them down over there then?
Yeah, like my graduating class had like no more than like 30 people in it. Like, it
what?
Was small. So, but yeah, so I was playing center over there. So ain't no guard, I ain't got no crazy handles, but I grabbed some boards and go up and hang in the coast.
Hey, older bro, was he really dunking though, or was it more of a layup? It was a layup.
Oh, so you capping? Nah, don't
hey,
listen
man.
to him. No, listen to him.
Hey, listen. You play NFL. That's good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. All right, so let me ask you. So now you want to be a dad so you can dunk on your children.
Right.
I'm assuming you'll have a significant other. So are you looking at are you ready to split that money already? You don't want to have some fun out here in these streets?
Listen, man, it's like, I've been in Miami. It's cool out there, but you know what I mean? Like,
don't,
right,
no.
All right, listen.
Can I talk to you real quick?
Let's go ahead.
Hold on. Leave Miami alone. You don't want that. You don't want Miami. You don't want Miami. You don't want Miami. But what I'm saying to you is that enjoy yourself right now simply because you're going to find yourself changing as a person.
For sure.
Because you ain't going to know. Because let me ask you another question, right? Let's just say you're done and you're like, all right, I made my money, stacked some nice chips. What is the plan after football for you?
See, my thing, I got a degree in public health.
Beautiful.
Not going to use it. So
really?
Not going to use it.
You don't care to do that?
Honestly, like I have passion for it. I always wanted to help people. Like I said, my mom was a paraplegic.
Okay.
I wanted to, be able to give to people. Just, whatever that may be. But my biggest thing is I want to be able to be my own boss, essentially. I don't like working for people. Like, I'm like, now I'm in the position that I'm in, I want to, create. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. That's my biggest thing.
Okay. Listen, that answer was dope. I felt like somebody wrote it for you. That was because that's how perfect it was. But I think there's something to be said with, having that degree and having the position that you're in, because you're going to be a person in high demand where now you can actually help people the way you really want to.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. I was supposed to be a doctor, as a Haitian, a young first generation here. If you're not a doctor, lawyer, or engineer, man, you ain't doing nothing. That's how my people think, my Haitian peoples. But my father started understanding like what I was getting into and how like this can help serve and push what his agenda is. And with your degree, you can kind of do something with that and really, use, who you are to just kind of put, eyes on certain things and make it a business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all this is that if you need a consultant, sir, you can call on me. I can do this for you. That's pretty simple. But listen, at the end of the day, I like that. I like what I'm hearing. Sounds like, one, you're very well grounded. It sounds as, that you're still humble. Shout outs to your upbringing, your brother there. You know what I mean? But I really hope that you do continue to succeed. I do hope that you continue to just get what you're really going after. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the bag. because playing football is a beautiful thing, especially if you can get out of it unscathed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the part that a lot of people don't really that they take for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because you do put your body through a lot.
Yeah, definitely do. So, a lot of people I've seen just like come out just scarred up, got a little limp to their walk, fingers messed up. So, it's very rare. Like, the only person I think was like Ocho Cinco. Like, that man is literally unscathed from.
You know what? You ain't never lied. Looking fresh as hell. Like, and do you watch what's his podcast that he does with
The I Am Athlete one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really believe he's McDonald's all the time?
100%. I said, like, Ocho's always been one of them dudes who just kept it real all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't got no reason to lie. He get his errands at Claire's, you know what I'm saying? Like that. A lot of times, like, it's a lot of dudes, if you out there doing that, you're not trying to flex that. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But, like, I'm not saying that he's trying to flex it, but it's just like he gets to the point where it's just like he tries to school a lot of the younger heads, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just be like, yo, like, these errands, you could go buy a house. You know, invest, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Stuff
a
like
big
that.
fact. And to me, I think I salute him for him talking about that. Obviously, I'm making fun with the McDonald's, but I think it was pretty dope. And it was eye-opening when, I don't know if y'all peeped that, when he said he was living at the facilities, bro. Mm-hmm. And I think the third year, they're like, all right, you making money, bro. You got to get the hell out of here.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know what? Not for nothing. That's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people burn the bag ASAP, like, just because 100%. Like, they got it. But do you think it's because they never had it that they just don't know how to, like, control themselves? And, like, they're like, man, I owe so many people along the way, so I feel like I got to gift people here and there?
I think it's probably has a lot to do because you got to think, you coming out of college and boom, especially you talking about first round picks and everything like that, even third and up.
Yeah.
You get handed this big signing bonus, all right, boom.
Yeah.
You like, what, like, I ain't never seen this in my account, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now it's just like, you want to go have fun with it. A lot of the time, you're like, all right, got enough. But I think a lot of the time is, though, I think, which is amazing, especially in Miami, they had a little rookie program for us where they literally taught us, like, yo, save your money, invest, do the things right.
I like that. That's all. They do that. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that was the thing.
Shout out Caleb, my dude.
Yeah, shout out Caleb. Who's that? You know what I mean?
But
I didn't know they did that.
But so
awesome.
like they taught us, like, yo, this is how it's gonna look for you. Like, they prepare you for those obstacles of, you young and got money now. You know what I'm saying? And because you young and got money, you got to move a lot differently because a lot of people can sit there and go broke, you know what I'm saying, really fast.
Real fast.
And they don't realize, like, money isn't infinite, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
neither is his career.
Exactly. You got it right now, but not for long. Exactly.
Yeah.
You done after year 2, year 3.
Now, did they give you, like, financial advisors or anything like that too, or?
They're very, and I think most NFL teams are like this too, but they, they're very open. Like, their player personnel staff, like, you need something, we got you. Like,
that's a beautiful
we'll put you
thing.
on.
See, I was not aware that they did things like that because, to me, I think it's kind of it's somewhat negligent if you're just like, here, and you knew where that person came from, where they didn't really come from money, and they're like, man, I know what I'm going to do with this. You know what I'm saying? So salute to the teams doing that. I don't know if it's like an NFL initiative or it was just Miami that did that or whatever, but I think that's amazing, honestly. It shows a lot of responsibility on behalf of Miami. Speaking of Miami, I want to go down that route. How do you, and obviously we know North Carolina's winning, the whole Super Bowl and everything, but they got a nice little team over there, man. I think that they're doing some really nice things. Do you think, like, they're heading into the right direction off of the recent changes?
In Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, shout out them dudes over there. Like, I think, they grind their ass off for real.
Yeah.
And I think, they got everything in front of them. As long as, they continue to keep that same mindset that they had and they got some great players, some great leaders on that team. So, I think they definitely can go far.
Yeah, I'm really impressed at how they moving, and being a New England Patriot fan, I'm actually getting a little nervous. It's because I just feel like, man, and I'm going to throw it to M, how you feel about our team, man? Be honest with me as I fix this camera on my end. I feel like we're going to be the worst at AFC.
Well, I don't think that's the attitude, first of all. If you think that's going to happen. But I also just think at the same time, you don't know anything until you get to training camp and see how these people perform. And it's the same way as you don't know anything until you get to game one. They might be great in training camp playing against each other, but you don't know until you play an NFL game how these people, how they're going to work together. But I also think they do need a key player. I think there is going to be a big move coming. And I don't know who it's going to be, but I think it's going to be one key piece that they will hopefully be able to work around.
Okay. So she gave the politically correct I'm a Patriot fan forever in life team.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that the people over there are loving that, but I'm going to keep it real.
Okay.
That boy, Josh, like Allen, come on. He's like a linebacker that can throw the ball.
That's a big boy for sure.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
What's going on over there? Then you got Cool Burrow. Like, whoo. And then Miami doing his thing. Miami doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen, you know how much shit I got last year when me and Babs, right? So we did like a breakdown of how many wins the Patriots gonna whatever. And I was like, man, they ain't making the playoffs. The people hitting up the DM was real. I was like, yo, I'm not talking about your mama. I'm talking about your team.
Right.
It's the young people, though. It's a bit because we grew up in the Tom Brady era.
Yeah, but I grew up.
Something. I'm not saying we should, but we do.
But I feel that. I feel that, and I respect that. My thing is this: there's a little thing called reality. You know what I'm saying? You got these guys, and guess what? When you put these collective group of men together that are really, really good, like you can't stop talent, and you can't stop technique. Right. And I hate to say it, you can't stop coaching. We were missing coaching in certain components. I'm sure you heard about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Matt Patricia. You know what I mean? I like where he's at right now. I don't know where that is, but I like that where he's at right now. We're going to leave. I said that. Not that man. I said that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I just look at the NFL, man, and it's a beautiful thing. I like that we're struggling. There's, like, passion and struggle for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always struggled all my life. Like I said, like just because my father got money, he's just now feeling good. You know what I'm saying? But I seen him struggle. So football's the same. So when you can just fight and you get it together and then you stop moving, it's the end of the season, your body's feeling good. You getting, like my man shouts to Vince Wilfork talking about, man, listen, he started feeling good on Friday after treatment. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know what he's talking about because I never did the cold bath, but I know the ice bath. Nah, I ain't doing that. But, like, it's a beautiful thing. But, listen, salute. Is there anything that you guys want to ask this man? Because he's answering some things for us, man.
No,
Not you, rudely, because you know you crazy over there.
When did you finally notice that you made it to the NFL? Like, what was that moment for you?
Honestly, I'll say, like, going into training camp was probably, like, that moment, like, dang, I'm really here. Like, coming out of college, it's like, it feels like you almost you're going to a different school.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds, like, as soon as I get to Miami, it's like, all right, you know, I'm getting escorted to the facility. It's a little different. But,
were you scared? Keep it real.
Scared, no. Nervous, yes.
Okay.
You know, nervous and very anxious getting there because I'm like, you don't know what to expect. You know, it's the big leagues now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you don't know nothing going in. You just, like, you know, trying to just hopefully you don't mess up. You know what I'm saying? So, but definitely was really anxious and whatnot. So, yeah. You know,
Did you have to, like, I remember my first varsity game. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I made it. You know what I mean? I only made kickoff team for the first game. I'm going to keep it buck.
You got your heart thumping.
Like that. I'm just like, wow. And then coach was like, yo, anybody got nervous? Pete, take it now. I'm like, oh, I thought it was only me. And you got to go, yo, uniforms, it ain't no joke taking this off. So I'm just like this. I didn't have the nice fancy belt that y'all have now. We had the strings going back and forth, the zigzag. So I'm like running and stuff like that. I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling good. Right. I run down the line. For whatever reason, these guys decided to double team me and ran my ass off the field. I'm like, damn. They're like, Bonek, sit your ass down. I didn't show up on the field till 4 games later, man. I had to bust my ass, but that feeling, it's like no other feeling like an adrenaline. I think it's an amazing thing. Like, I wish I still can play to this day. At least one play. One play.
Yeah, and I hear that. Like, that same feeling, I remember I got that my first preseason game as like that exact feeling because I'm like, okay, I don't know what to expect. And I only got in for like that, was it like middle of the third to the fourth, but it was just like, that whole game, like, you so locked in, like, you just, like, you can't, you know, just so much nervous energy going around, you know. So, but once you get in there, you know, you kind of settle down.
Get to work. Get to work. Remember the technique. Remember the work. Remember the call. Here we go. What to watch out for. Looking at hands. Seeing if there's the defenders doing the same thing that you could pick off from some stuff. It's a beautiful thing, man. How many tickets do they give y'all?
So it depends, team to team.
And I know you probably can't answer because you're going to have family members, so we'll edit that out. But you know what I'm saying? No, we won't. But listen, I'm just saying. But how many tickets do they give y'all typically?
It's team to team.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, just team to team. Like,
yeah. Was Miami a given team?
Yeah, they give you some tickets.
Because I remember I drove down there. Have you gone to Miami recently where they got the that hotel with the guitar?
Yeah, the Hard Rock.
Yeah, that thing is bad, man.
It is beautiful, yeah.
That is crazy. So, bro, get some tickets. Get some tickets. You know what I'm saying? Get some tickets. You deserve some tickets.
So,
you know, if you had to play, and I know we don't have the schedule, but if you had to play anywhere this season, where is it that you would like to play specifically because of the field? Because a lot of people don't necessarily play with grass anymore, which blows my mind.
It's insane, yeah.
Yeah, so, but where would you like to, where's a field that you're like, you know what, I did my thing on this one?
That's tough. Honestly, I would like to play back home.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, just because, like, I know there's going to be so many, like, just family and friends out there. Like, you know, it's like, okay, you know, it's just a different type of feeling. It's like, and it's crazy though, because it's not the first time I played on that field. I played it a couple times already, but just getting out in front of like friends, family, like, you know, definitely want to do that.
Nah, I think that's an amazing feeling, man. There's a lot of pressure with that though.
It's no more than it usually is, because it's like, you know, once you know you got a job to do, like, you know, you got someone across from you trying to hit you in the mouth, so you gotta lock in. You know, what I'm saying?
That's word. Do you ever have family members like, man, why didn't you? I seen you let this guy pass you. You ever have any conversations like
all
that?
All the time. Yeah, but it's like it's no more than just like a regular fan.
Are you serious? I would think like families would be like, nah. We know our man. He ain't gonna let that happen. That must have been something that, you know what I mean, a miscommunication, or that guy really just beat him, like, you know.
But honestly, I think family again, like, is probably one of the greatest things to like kind of push you, because it's like they're gonna tell you how it is. You know, it may not be right, but they're gonna be like, we know you could get that.
So no yes men. There's no yes men on the family.
Definitely no. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're always gonna support you, love you to death and everything. But, you know, you mess up, they're gonna tell you like, yo, you still on that play, but besides that, like, they're gonna be like, you know, but overall, you had a good game. You know, they're always gonna lift you up.
That's dope. Nah, that's dope. So Big Bro does that all the time, or is he kind of like the, you know what I'm saying, the security to make sure, like, hey, I didn't like how you was talking, and that was wrong. Does he do that for you too sometimes? Keep it real. We'll edit all this off.
You know, he's all, he got the whole package. You know, he'll tell me you keep it real. Tell me you lift me up. You know, just everything for real.
That's fire. No, that's fire. Last question for me, and I'll leave it up to the team here. Aaron Rodgers. I think and I just want you to know this. I feel like the only reason he coming back is because he really wanted to retire, but because Tom Brady retired, he wants his retirement party to be all about him. With that being said, I still want to see that man play in New York, because that's another team we got to be concerned about. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling you about
Jets,
this.
Man, they
got some boys over there.
They like that.
Yeah,
they like that. And, you know,
how you feel about the Jets?
I mean, when I hear the name Jets, it's not a concern. But recently, I guess it is. In the past, you haven't. You'd hear Jets, you're like, easy W. But now.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate you for that. That's what's up. I want to see Aaron play, man. Aaron, he's had some. I think you might see a different Aaron Rodgers, because his boy went to Vegas, and he probably was like, damn, that dude was nice. So now he's going to the Jets. He got some players over there.
He said that, but I don't know if that's true or not.
What you mean?
They said that 3 weeks ago.
Because, see, so, okay, he's set, but they got to take care of, like, the particulars and getting bodies. They just picked up another receiver today. Like, they're making moves, man. They're making moves.
They got a good piece over there. A. Rodgers, favorite quarterback.
They got last year from FSU.
But,
He might be going up against you on the right side. Jermaine Johnson.
we ain't sweating that over here, man. We ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Let him know. Say, I ain't worried about you.
We good. We good.
Yeah.
That dude was on the right. I think he's on the right side.
Doesn't matter.
Hey.
You ain't hear the man rudely. Doesn't matter.
Right.
We're good out here.
It's him.
Yeah, he is him. That's that man.
Timothy.
Yeah, that's right.
But the other question too is that like with you being 6'6" and like just to know the public perception of you, do you happen to get a lot of people come up to you to be like, "Oh, are you a basketball player?"
All the time.
He's black. Of course he is. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It happens all the time.
How often does that happen? On a day-to-day basis?
It's weird. So up here, it doesn't happen like that. I don't know if it's because up north we're a little bit,
We're used to it.
We're a little more hostile. We don't,
Right.
go out, but like, yo, what's up?
Miami's more hostile though.
It's crazy because, like, well, just answering that question, like, people always like come up to me, like, just because just 6'6", you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, everybody like, yo, like he got to be somebody.
Can't be
you know
a
what I'm saying?
6'6" teacher.
Exactly. But it's weird though. But up here it's not like that.
Yeah.
Up here it's not like that. But
Let me talk to him.
that's about it.
Let me holler at him. He's got a bag. Can't be that tall without a bag. Nah, man. Nah, this was fun. I truly, once again, I really appreciate you taking your time and coming out here answering these questions. You know what I mean? Like I said, continue success. We definitely will be watching. I'm going to go talk to Coach tomorrow. I'm going to tell him we need to make a trade. You know what I mean? We'll figure that out. So we don't use our first-round picks in New England. We like to trade them and then trade for people. So I think we can take care of that because we need some help on the line. Any other things I'm missing, guys?
No, I think absolutely you have some more fans than you did before today in the room. We're
Yeah.
absolutely going to be keeping an eye on you.
That's what's up, man.
I do have one more question because a lot of people didn't like me saying this, right? So when my quarterback went to the Bucks, I followed Tom, but the Patriots were still my team.
Oh, for sure.
But I wanted Tom to succeed.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, he won it on his first year. I'm not going to lie, right? I like to just watch football in general, so I don't just have one team and shut it off, I'm done for Sunday.
Right.
Do you have other teams that you follow? Because I know you got brothers out there.
For sure,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Who's a team that you're like, hey, that's on the clicker, I got to watch, homie?
I like the Ravens. I like watching Lamar because it's a highlight tape. But who else? I like the Bengals, the Chiefs, Dolphins.
Yeah.
Just like anybody that seems like is this is about to be a good game for real. Usually I'll watch. But especially if I got a couple boys playing that day, I'll definitely tune in. So.
That's dope. That's dope. Do you keep in contact with everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Or as much as possible?
Yeah, for sure. Everybody, again, like, it's like we're all in individual teams, but because it's the weirdest thing, like, you see someone get traded, they come in, you come in the team, it's like, oh, he's not gonna nobody. He's out here dapping up 5-6 people on the team already, because it's like, everybody, like, it's a bigger brotherhood than, a lot of people think.
I think that's what fans need to understand. They're like, why are they shaking hands after the game?
Right.
The game's over. We're bodies. We're people.
Did
we're
my
human.
job.
Yeah, my job's done.
Yeah,
when you check out, you don't be like, you worked at McDonald's and I'm at Burger King. I can't like you.
Right.
But people are crazy. It's a different world we live in. But, man, this was a pleasure. And, again, I'm appreciative of this. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Clifford Bonet. I am not here with my brother from another brother. You got to meet this kid, Babs.
Yeah, you do have to meet him.
Babs is cool as hell, man. He's changed so much. He's doing great, being a super dad right now. Still being a super fan, but not as crazy as he used to be because we have a business plan. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Clifford Bonet. We are here at the CliffNotes Project Studios. This is Boston Power Hour. Yes, this is an embroidered Boston Power Hour shirt. A lot of people asking me for merch. I will get it to you guys eventually. I want to say salute to this guy. I want to salute everybody here in the building. I got my audio guy in the back. I got M here. I got Rudely, who didn't really do much. And I got Big Bro over here with the sneakers. And, sir, once again, we salute you. Even though you are not a Patriot, we still got love for you, brother. And I thank you, man. Peace.
Man.
And we out of here.